Harry Truman was a 33rd degree Mason and also the 33rd President of the United States. This is an official portrait of the President dressed in his Masonic attire. But understand that these are all coincidences. They surely do not reveal any Masonic involvement in America's past. The streets of Washington, D.C. contain another hidden symbol, one that must be explained first. The five-pointed star is a common symbol used in a variety of ways. The star on the left is a photograph of one of the stars in the flag of the United States, where each of the 50 of them symbolize one of the 50 states. That star is placed with one of its 5 points up and two of its 5 points down. However, the star can also be reversed so that only 1 point is down and 2 points are up. That is represented by the star on the right. This star with 1 point down is the symbol of the Eastern Star, a Masonic organization for women. And here is the Eastern Star shown on a fez, a hat apparently worn by members of this Masonic group. The differences between the two stars are explained in a book entitled History of Freemasonry and Concordant Orders, published in 1891 by a series of 78 high-ranking members of the Masonic Lodge. One of their members, William R. Singleton, a 33rd degree Mason, wrote about the star in his article entitled The Divine Plan. This is the pertinent part of the article, showing the two stars, one with 1 point up and the other with 1 point down. Notice that the drawing to the right shows the head of a goat inside the star, obviously referring to the goat of Mendes, a symbol of the devil. This is how the article described the two stars. This star, meaning a star having 5 rays, represents God. All that is pure, virtuous, and good, when represented with 1 point upward. But when turned with 1 point down, it represents evil, all that is opposed to the good, pure, and virtuous. It represents the goat of Mendes. Now this is a drawing of the goat of Mendes shown on the cover of a book about witchcraft written by a practicing witch. Notice that the drawing shows a goat head on a human body. Notice also that the goat has female breasts, indicating that the goat is bisexual. This thought about the 5-pointed star is repeated on page 101 of the same book. When the star elevates 2 of its points, it represents Satan, or the goat of the mysteries. Shown on the top center is where the 33rd degree Masonic Temple in Washington, D.C. is situated. I am sure it is a coincidence that it is precisely 13 blocks north of the White House. Part 4 of 4. Now I would like to discuss the connection between the number 13, the star, and Satan, also known as Lucifer or the devil. Stan Deyo, in his book entitled Cosmic Conspiracy, stated, 13 is the value assigned to represent Satan. But there are other explanations of the number 13, one of which was offered by Manly P. Hall, who said that there were 12 great religions in the world, and the 13th was the one concealed inside the other 12. What he was saying was that there was a secret worship of a particular god in each of the 12 other great religions. And my research has indicated to me that that particular god concealed in the 12 great religions of the world is Satan, the devil. I would like to explain what this means. Let's say that all of the believers in Osiris, the Egyptian sun god, are inside the circle. Everyone else is outside the circle because they do not believe in Osiris. Inside the circle is a small percentage of believers, shown by the red dot in the center, who share a common secret. And that secret is that Osiris is in truth Lucifer, also called Satan, the devil. Those who believe in Lucifer are called adepts, princes, or the illuminated ones, and their task is to keep the secret from the rest of the believers. That is what Mr. Hall was saying. And I would like to add my own opinion as to why the number 13 is significant to these conspirators. 6 is the number of man, and 7 is the number of completion or perfection. If the two numbers are added together, the total is 13, or perfected man. This secret worship teaches through it that man can become perfect. In fact, the conspiracy believes that we common people are Homo sapiens man, as taught in evolution. And they have evolved higher into a higher form of mankind called Homo noeticus man, the illuminated ones. So the number 13 contains a secret hidden occult meaning, and that is why the number 13 is significant and symbolic. There is one more significant insight as to why this nation's founding fathers chose the date of July the 4th to declare America's independence from Great Britain. The old Julian calendar was changed in the year 1582 by an order of Pope Gregory the 13th. The acknowledged reason was because the old calendar was 11 days behind the sun. In other words, the old calendar was no longer accurate in measuring the solar year. So the astronomers were having difficulty in measuring the time it took for the Earth to make one complete revolution around the sun. So in October of 1582, the old June 23rd became July the 4th. And to explain this, I would like to explain what that means. And just so you will understand, I have exaggerated the distances on the horizon between setting of the sun on various days. If you were to mark the horizon early evening as the sun sets, you would notice that it appears to move up and then down the horizon as it sets each night. The sun moves south each night until December 22nd. And then it sets at the same spot each night for 3 days. And then on December 25th each year, the sun starts moving north again. It sets at a site which is north of the setting site the night before. And then on June 21st or 22nd, the sun stops again for 3 nights. So on June 23rd, June 23rd is 2 days after the summer solstice, the day that the sun appears to be stopped after making its way north of the equator. It would be the next night to the last night before the sun starts moving south again.